Hello everyone, welcome to your weekly review. This is your host Kai and today is 10th of September 2022. Let's go ahead and look at some important altcoin charts and see the state of crypto market. So here in front of you, first chart is the altcoin dominance. We had gone through it in our previous video and we had also looked into the context of time the bubbles take to form. So this was an altcoin bubble in 2017. This is the high which was formed. Right now we are just below it and we are near the cycle top of altcoin dominance, and this is a resistance zone. Right now the market is being carried by Ethereum, and as I have mentioned already in my on-chain reports that this is a Ethereum led rally and derivative led rally. The leverage is extremely high and we are at the top zone here, so we have to be careful. But what the narrative can do is that we can go a little higher to this and we might create a double top here in the bubble cycles and then fall. But this is a position where you cannot do hodling in my opinion, and you might get more attractive prices on altcoins. And what we can see here is that if this level breaks and creates a double top here, then we might be looking for the move to Bitcoin. And what we have seen in previous cycle is that after the top was formed, it had taken almost 3 years to form the bottom. The first bottom was formed around after 1.5 2 years, and the second double bottom was formed after 3 years. So this chart shows us to be careful while playing altcoins on higher time frame. However, on lower time frame we might have some moves, and we will look at those charts. The next chart I have for you is the Sol compared with Ethereum, and you have seen how Solana run happened and how Ethereum also had a similar run in 2017 bull market. And now when you see the drop, you see that the drop is also mimicking the drop in Ethereum in 2017 and 18 bear market. So you see how it has played out. We went down, created a low, then one move up, then again low, and then there was a long consolidation phase. Now what you have to see is right now the level we are at, where we have made a higher low. This was the low and this is the higher low. So we actually made a higher low here after a drop of 94%. Right now we are at a drop of 88%. Okay, so this is a 88% drop right now. Ethereum went for 94% drop, and so this is a value zone. But then you see how long it took after that. It took about 1 year, 7-8 months for Ethereum to actually recover, and there was a long phase of consolidation, 1.5 years of consolidation. This puts us in summer of 2023 or end of 2023, where this consolidation gets over. But we had few rallies. You see this rally after the lows, we had a rally of 400%. So you see that we get rallies in the middle, and if you see this kind of rallies, so this rally up and down in this range boundary is something which we can play on a shorter time frame for. But for long term accumulation, you know your money will be stuck for how long. So this is the complete chart, and you can see how it has taken about 1 year of consolidation during Ethereum after the Ethereum cycle played out. And Solana, if it has to mimic Ethereum, and it has been mimicking Ethereum till now, and we will see how it plays out. But if the lows are formed here, this was 94%, this is 88%. Okay, so there was a 10% more down move from here, though we have made a higher low here. We made a higher low after the lows, and of course so this might be done here as we have put in a higher low. But just to be careful, 94% can take us at $4 Sol, $4 or $3 Sol. So $3 to $4 Sol was the place where Sam also bought heavy. So if that is retested, we'll see right now it is at $12. The lowest it has gone was at $9. So if it has to completely mimic Ethereum and go for a 94% drop, it can go to $4. Right now we have put in a high low on a 3-day time frame. So we might be expecting this kind of a rally here, which is a big rally, and then down again and in a range. So if this rally can go to 20, I think 20 will be the first zone where we should be looking for taking profit. It is at 12 right now, and if you have gotten a good entry, so 12 will be the zone. But there are much better coins than Sol right now in the market, and this is just to give you a comparison, since these are the strongest coins, both of them. Ethereum, actually, if you can even use total crypto market cap to compare with Solana. It's the same chart, because Ethereum is 80% dominant, probably 90% dominant that time during the first bubble. So you can use any of those charts, but what you have to see is how long it takes before the next bull market starts. You need consolidation. Is this consolidation enough? We have consolidation of about 100 days right now, and it can go 5 times the time it has taken. So another thing we have seen and we have been following in our Discord is the S&P 500 index chart, and what we were looking for was a reaction from this zone, this green bar, and this was the best place for it to react. If this had broken, we would have been eyeing this level, and it can still be broken, so we will have to see. But right now this was the place to enter, and if we are following 1990s market, which we saw last time, then we have a recovery from here. But if we are following any other fractal like 2008 or even 2000, then this is the level where we can go to. For now, when the supports are being respected, we want to enter at the support zone. Until and unless it is broken, we are not looking at other targets. The day it is broken, we look for this target, and then the day this is broken, then the next. So level by level. Yeah. So next we'll look at the Bitcoin. Bitcoin has had a good rally in the past 3 days, but we'll have to see how it plays out. It also happened because we saw this head and shoulders on dollar. It has reached its measured move, so we have to see how dollar reacts with this trend line. This is an important trend line, and even this neckline of the head and shoulders, and if how it reacts. Right now we saw that there was a bearish divergence which formed here. So this is a bearish divergence. Right now it has found a bullish divergence down here. So what does that mean? It means that it might range out here. It might range out here and then resolve later on. So now S&P index, which we were looking at before, we had also seen a head and shoulder forming on it, and we had mentioned it to our members that it can go to this level, and you see how well respected this trend line has been and what a reaction it has given. So you don't need many indicators, you don't need many things, you just need a deep understanding of trend lines, you need deep understanding of price, and you can only play with that itself. Right now here we have seen that we reached a measured move of the head and shoulders. This became the support zone. We made a double bottom, took liquidity from here, and a move back up was given. So what you have to, in the previous video we had spoken about what is swing failure patterns, what is a how market makers, they take liquidity from these important swing zones. So while assessing this, what we have to see what can be the important zones from where the liquidity can be taken. Either it can be the equal highs, like here we see equal highs. So this is the zone where market makers take liquidity, or it can be equal lows. This is the equal lows, and this is the where the stops of many people are. Liquidity is taken from below. So you can look for equal highs, you can look for deep swing points, swing highs and swing lows. You can look for range boundaries, and if you can establish a proper range, then from the range stops, usually the liquidity is taken after the range stop has been established. So you can see for now this is just a trend line, and it has been very well respected as a support and as a resistance. and right now it is supporting. Now let's go ahead and look at some crypto market charts. First we'll look at the indexes, and we have been following the indexes since quite a bit. This is a DeFi index. We gave a short entry. We also spoke about it in the last video. Now recently in the Discord, we said that the momentum is reversing. We have approached our support zone, and support zone was front run, and what we saw was an equal lows here. So we have equal lows, we have divergences, we are on support. We are looking at momentum reversal at the same time. So we told our members to get in here at this zone, and we have seen the move has happened. Yes, so now what we have seen is that after the reversal has happened, we gave this entry, and now it is at a resistance zone. So if you go on the lower time frame, you can see this is a resistance zone, first resistance zone. It can be our first TP area also. We also mentioned in the Discord to take profit at this zone. If this is flipped, then we can target higher levels. Now since this has played out, we can put it right here. Right now there is no divergence, so I think this resistance can be broken. Look at different time frames. In the previous video we have established that we have to go from higher time frames to the lower time frames for entries, and for exits also we have to look at the higher time frames and how they are playing out. So higher time frames look okay, and there is not much efforts done by the bears. However, if the taking profit here, what it gives you is that if it reverses a bit, then you can enter here also, but you should, as a beginner, you should not be messing too much with your trades. Right now it looks okay, and taking 20-25% off is always good. However, I expect it to flip this zone. So this is DeFi. DeFi has been the leading sector. Let's look at the shitcoins. You see how it has been played out. So this was a shark entry, this was a bearish shark, this was a bullish shark, then this was the retest of the trend line. It gave it, then we took profit here. In the previous video we explained that how taking profit is very important. Right now if the move comes up, still our entry will be above our invalidation. You can also cut your trade if you see that there is a lot of strength in the market. I have cut my trade based on this, that there is a high time frame momentum reversal on all the many of the assets, even on Bitcoin and on Ethereum. So for shorts can wait, but this is how you manage your trade, and you can cut it if you see that market is turning back. And now this will be the first big resistance zone for shitcoins. You see, we established previous time that this zone is a high liquidity zone. It is where maximum orders are there, maximum liquidity is there. Previous time we saw that when this liquidity is taken, we opened a short. Now when we are finding strength, we are closing it. Now what we have to see is that there is a well established support resistance. So this is a well established resistance. So for the beginners, you have to see that how many touches there are and how many rejections there are from a level. So this level has given so many rejections. This was the biggest rejection here. It was a monthly level. So right now this monthly level is the zone where we have to look carefully what data the market is presenting. And this is the place where if the market is very weak, you can try for a short again. But right now it looks like that it can go up. So you have to wait for your trades, and in the middle you don't have to trade. The other things that we established were how to make a trend line. You have to have at least 2 touches. The third touch is the most violent one. How the touches should be reasonably equally placed. For drawing the trend line, you have to see what are the points of maximum interaction and maximum reaction. So that those are the best trend lines, and we'll see how now this zone reacts. But you don't have to take a trade here. Next we have is the mid caps. Now mid caps have this structure. It's called bullish butterfly, and these are harmonic structures. Many harmonic structures are there on various altcoins since last week. I will take you through those altcoins, but right now you see that this is the zone. Now this purple zone is our entry. This is a tool here in TradingView where you can put a long position or a short position, and this area defines your entry, below this is your stop. If there are closes below this level, then you get out of your trade, and this is your reward. And your risk to reward should be should be proportionate enough according to your risk appetite, but keep your keep your risk that yearly. If it closes below the yearly level, there's a major support, then you get out of your trade. However, this if you can always, whenever you enter, like if you entered on this monthly level, then of course you can take a little bit of profit and bring your entry closer to your invalidation level. So that is the way to play. And the basic idea of first take profit zone is to make your entry better, because nobody can nail the entry, and if you have got late entries, you can always make them better by taking profit. And for the beginners, it is essential that you take profit as soon as possible and not be complacent with your trades. So midcap has formed this bullish butterfly pattern, and these are the targets. This is the first target, and this is the yearly is the second target. So if we see a rally and this zone is broken, this consolidation zone is broken, specifically this monthly level, then we can expect that it is a confirmation for the trade we have taken. So you are always looking for validation of your decision in trading. So if this zone is broken, then you know that you are on the right side, and then you can even add if this is flipped. So how you add is, so for example, this goes here and then it goes, this goes up, then this comes down, then this is the zone where you can add to your trade when the retest is happening. And if the retest is successful, then you can see that it can go. Okay, and then you take profit at the next resistance zone. So this is how this is the basics of trading. So you can always average down, and you can always take profit, make your entries better, make your trades risk free, look for confirmation of your decisions. Trade management is more important than knowing all this, and you need to have a great psychology to manage your trade well. Next we have is the exchange tokens. Exchange tokens reached a bearish butterfly target. This also was shared in the Discord when the momentum was reversing and we saw a move. So right now this is the first resistance, this is the second resistance. If you have taken a long, flip of this will give us a rally. So flip of this zone, so flip of this zone here. So you see how this zone is an important zone. This has many touches, so we need to flip this. And see, we failed to break this. The first time we took, this was a swing failure pattern where the market makers just took liquidity and went down. Right now we are approaching this monthly level and this resistance. So what we want to see is, we want to see a retest and continuation. If the retest fails, it comes down again, then you get out of your trade. So both the probabilities are possible at any given time in the market for any asset, and these possibilities have to be ascertained live as the data is presented to you. So you have to manage your trade. Hence you look for good entries, and if you miss good entries, then you don't do anything. Now let's look at some various altcoins. So this is LDO. We gave an entry for this, and now this is forming a head and shoulders. So here why we are looking for head and shoulders is, though it has not been formed yet, so sometimes you have to look for patterns before they are formed. And if you have other confirmations of momentum reversing and touching the support zone again and again, it means that the buyers are absorbing the sell side. And once the sell side gets weak, then if the next touch, right now we have approached it. Now if we break this, then we know that the buyers have overpowered the sellers, and we can see a violent move up. So, and this is the measured move target for the head and shoulders patterns. How to study patterns is also taught in our courses, and how to make them, how to follow them, and how to anticipate them. So right now we are approached this big support zone, and the break of this can take us. So now this was actually shared in the Discord. So you see, this is the Discord, and you see near, these were the indexes, and all these charts were shown at the bottom. This is LDO. So we were just looking at LDO. We have shared it here. We are anticipating it to go here. Now it has actually reached here. So this was shared on 8th day before yesterday, and right now we have reached our first target, and now breakout will give us the move to this level. We have also shared execution, so now we entered here. When we shared it with our members, we took a little bit of profit just to make our entries good. Now we are just sitting comfortable in this asset. So let's look at other alts. Now this is Alice. Alice has also, all the alts are trying to reverse, and you have to find levels, important levels. If you have entered already, then these are the levels. If you have not, then also you have to watch the levels to decide whether it is even fruitful to enter at this moment or not. And you have to check your risk to reward ratio. So for example, this was the entry on Alice near this monthly level. So for example, if you want to enter right now, your invalidation is right here. So your risk to reward and your reward, the first resistance is here. So your risk to reward ratio becomes very skewed. You want a risk to reward ratio like where it is at least 3x or 5x, and your risk is less. So you cannot have you cannot be trading with in the middle. Let's look at the other coins. So next we have is the altcoin index, and now we see that there's crab formation. This is the target for crab, this is the entry. We also see there is a sea fork. So all these patterns you have to learn, which can be learned through studying through teachers or doing self-learning on the internet, but this we also teach it in our courses, and these are very useful patterns. This is the basic technical analysis, and we teach it in our heroes course. For advanced metrics, which I am not showing here, those are the ones which we teach in our expert course. But you have to have some form of strategy before trading in the markets. You cannot just flip coins and take entries and exits, and basic understanding is essential. This is a sea fork. Right now it is continuing. This is the target of the sea fork. It has flipped the monthly resistance. This is the altcoin index. Altcoin index means that index of all the alternative assets apart from Bitcoin and how they are performing. So it includes Ethereum, it includes Solana, everything. So right now this is the target and it is showing strength. Ape was shared in our Discord right here. It has given us a move of 15% already. So now right now this is the resistance, and we need to break this resistance before we go ahead. And so we take profit here to make our trade risk free and to keep some of the profits which we have made. This is what we have to see. We need to see the break of this resistance, retest, and continuation. Right now we see a momentum is losing, so we take heavy profit in those cases where momentum is being lost. So now we have to see that how it can evolve here. Okay, and if there is any divergence with the price earlier, then we become more careful. Right now this is the area to take profit. BNB BTC, so this lost momentum against BNB is a strong coin. It lost momentum against BTC and it is going down now. So you can see that Bitcoin is strong at this point of time. We also saw the altcoin dominance and how it is at resistance, so you can see it in different charts also and apply that logic. This is Bitcoin against BNB against USD. The entry was given here, and right now it is doing pretty well. So against US dollar, even altcoins are performing very well, though against Bitcoin they are not. So Bitcoin is stronger in this rally. So if you see Bitcoin dominance, you see how it has, this is a multi-year level. This is a level where bottoms were formed and it has given a big move. So if this is broken, then yeah, of course this is the zone where alt season could have started if this was broken convincingly, but I am not expecting it to break. And this is the next resistance zone to 42 to 43, then to 48%, 50% dominance, and I think Bitcoin should gain the dominance back. CSZ, we had given an entry here, we have taken profit here. This is a TP area. Right now we'll have to see how the strength evolves. Our entry now is above yearly level, so this is a risk-free trade, and we will close it only in profit if it breaks this resistance zone here, this area where maximum touches have happened. This is comp Comp had a small Gartley pattern. This is the target. It has approached the target, so we take profit here, and we don't enter at these zones. Koti has a good bat pattern, and this is a target for bat. This is a middle zone. You cannot take entries here. There's no risk to reward ratio is very skewed, and these are the target for the bat pattern. And this is a monthly level and confluence of other things. But for the beginners, harmonics and support, resistance and trend line. These are the things which are easy. DeFi. We already saw the DeFi chart. Now dot is doing pretty well. There is a divergence. It played out. This was the first move. The second move from the entry. Now the interesting thing is, on a higher time frame, we see this trend line. It is an important trend line, and we are just approaching it. And if this trend line is broken, then we can have a target like this and to this level. So we'll have to see if this trend line is flipped, this resistance is flipped, then we can expect a move to here. Right now, if you have taken entry here, this is the area to take profit. And if you haven't taken entry here, then you wait for this trend line to break. DYDX has a shark pattern, and it is approaching resistance. This is the first take profit area of that shark pattern. You don't enter here, you wait for the flip of this resistance. See all these charts. So this was BNB. We had told our members to buy BNB. This is ape right here. It has made a 20% move. This is FTT. This has also reached the target. DYDX, which we are looking at right now, we had given entry at 1.41. Right now it is at, see, we gave entry here 1.41 right here at this point, and right now it has gone to made a 14% move. So yeah, it depends upon your entry how you have to take profit. This is the first target. GMT is given a spike. We'll be watching this. There's a important resistance ahead. If this is flipped, you can enter this coin. This is the second TP zone. This is the third TP zone. It's a strong area. Double bottom target is somewhere here at the range top. So on a pullback, try to enter. Don't enter when it is going up. Enter at a pullback. This is FTT. Actually, this trade has fully completed. I just showed you FTT in the Discord. We gave an entry here. See, this was on 7th. We mentioned divs are everywhere, guys, and BTC is at range bottom. We got out of our shorts a while back. Now I think we can look for some short-term trades to the upside. So now this is the trade to the upside, and this is how it has happened. It is a move of how much? 10%. Mana, there's a Gartley here. This is the zone of resistance. You can stop the video, pause the video and mark the levels if you have to. This is the zone of resistance now. We are approaching a big trend line, so let it flip before thinking of entering. So if you have to enter in the middle of the move, if you have to, don't actually do it. But if you have to, you look for the retest. Then when it approaches, you take profit, and then you wait. And if it breaks out, then you see if there is a retest, that's a good entry. Sometimes it won't break out and you'll miss the trade, and that is perfectly fine. Just let it go. This is Matic is approaching. There was a crab formation. This is a crab, and it is approaching resistance right now. Sand has given a 13% move from my entry. This resistance is here, so it has room to go. I think it can go till this first. This will be another TP zone, and then this. Vet is looking very nice. All the altcoins are actually rallying together, so altcoin market is looking pretty good. And so you can look for pullbacks and break and flip of resistances to enter now if you have not entered in day before yesterday. So guys, in the end, let's look at Ethereum. And Ethereum is, there is a narrative of the merge, and it has been rallying very strong coin. We have been following this since here. So we identified bottom right here. First this was shared, then we identified the second bottom formation. This was the measured move of the target. We saw the target flipped. This is a flip, so it can take liquidity when it's flipping, and here you can re-enter. This is the best entry. So it gave an entry, now at resistance came back down to that level and formed a double bottom. So now it is going, and the narrative of the ETH is that now each year, since ETH is converting into proof of a chain from proof of work, so Ethereum will be they will be issuing less ETH each year, and they will continue to burn ETH also. So the narrative is that that proof of work chain where we used to pay 13,000 ETH each day to the miners, now after the merge only 1600 ETH will be paid in validator rewards, thus a reduction of 88% in issuance. Secondly, since the burn fee was introduced, more than 2.6 million ETH has been burnt, that is worth $3 billion at a current price. Now the most important thing is that all the staked ETH in the proof of stake model, so we have converted from proof of work model to proof of stake. Now proof of stake model is where we are giving less ETH to the validators. Earlier we used to give a lot more ETH, about 13,000 ETH to the proof of work miners. So now all the Ethereum which has been staked for this merge, this is locked for next 6 months. So for next 6 months, what will happen is that ETH will become a deflationary asset, and selling pressure on ETH will come after 6 months when the Shanghai upgrade is happening. So for next 6 months, it is possible that ETH will rally. This can be a dump the news event just to shake people out, but of course Ethereum becoming deflationary can give some rally in it, and as we have seen, the equal highs can be formed on the dominance chart also. So we have room for that to go. Major resistance on ETH, if this 2000 is broken, if this high is broken, the next major resistance is 2800. So that we have to see. So see, this is the major resistance. If this high is broken, this is flipped, then we can expect it to go till here 2700 and then the yearly level. So if this high is broken, I'll expect the rally to continue till 2800.